Helps if I'm not muted. Hello, coders. Good afternoon. Sorry about that. Forgot I was muted. Today we are going to be working on the new course that I'm developing for How to Code Well, and it's a project-based course. It's not the course that's coming out tomorrow. That course is JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. That is gosh, there's so much going on at the moment. That is a tip calculator. That will be released tomorrow and throughout the week. This course, however, is PHP, and this one is going to be working through the PHP CSV importer. Let me just go here. So I've literally just built the a README for myself to install it, and I've spent 2 hours maybe working on it so far, so it's pretty fresh. The idea of this course is that it's a console script, right? It's a console script, or a series of scripts, I should say, series of console commands in Symfony, and the idea is that they will manipulate a CSV. It will read CSV data and then import that into a database. That's the plan, and I want to give myself a little bit of hard work in terms of there'll be data in the database that needs to be fetched before it gets imported in. So if there's things in the CSV, then if the things in the CSV are already in the database, then what happens is it gets updated. That entity, that record gets updated. If it's not in the database, then it gets inserted. That's the challenge. That's the spin on it that I want to do. And the idea, I think I tweeted this out the other day, but I can't remember what I said. Let me go and find it. I also put it on Discord. It was here we go. Yeah, the idea, the plan of the course. The first thing is the introduction, and the second one would be the installation. So these are the different tutorials. So the installation, building the actual system. So going through Docker. That would be the first tutorial, so going through these scripts. Running the commands to update the data fixtures, so I need to build those today, and also running the migrations for the database, I need to build those today. And then after that, creating some database queries, so creating some Docker, entity repositories, so I'll try and do those today. And then creating the commands, which I was playing with late one night last week. This one here. So it's a CSV import command, passing in an option, so F, that kind of thing. And that's basically all I've done so far. So we'll be filling that through today. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just downloading or creating a Docker machine for this to run in, because obviously I've got many projects to play with. Hello, Mr. DB. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. I hope all is well with you as well. Hope you're good. So I've just ran this command here to create. So I'm going to evaluate the shell. This is what I was rushing to do. If you were reading the Discord earlier, this is the stuff that I was sort of in a half panic to do before the stream started. I suddenly remembered, this requires a database. So I best create the Docker file. That's what I was doing in madness earlier. Okay. Let's get back to the README here. So have we evaluated the shell? We have. Okay, let's do a Docker compose up. That's the next one. So that should build MySQL, and then it should build, and I'll see if I can bump that up to version 8 maybe. I don't think we're going to do anything crazy that is going to break the new stuff that's in version 8. I don't think we're going to do any nutty group buys or anything like that, so that's fine. But we'll keep it to 5.7 for this. I'll play with it after the stream. The thing is, I don't want to get too bogged down in the whole configuration in this stream. I just want to build the application. essentially. So once that's done, we'll then run Composer install, and then we'll run the migrations. We don't have any migrations, but this will tell me if the database is connected or not. In the Docker file, in the Docker Compose file, this is what I threw together earlier on. It was just, you know, two services, a database and a console. I mean, I could just call that app. Probably that's probably better, isn't it, than a console. Giving this a container name, not too sure why I bothered with that, but meh. We're putting it in the app directory, creating the working directory to app as well, creating a network called CSV importer. I'll go through all of this in the course, of course. Creating the volumes for the database, and then here's all the credentials for that. And then, yeah, sort of creating a bind mount, not a bind mount, sorry, a Docker volume for the database stuff. So that's what we're building out at the moment. And then once this is done, we'll run Composer, and Composer is here. We haven't ran Composer yet. This is fresh. I've literally done a git clone on this project, so we don't even have the vendor folder yet. Okay, so I'll go through what it requires. A whole bunch of Symfony stuff, and also it requires this piece of magic here, the CSV League CSV. This is a very important package for the CSVs, and I'll be going through that today as well, building those out. So this will help me import and export and manipulate that CSV when I build it. I don't think there's any other surprises in here. I think it's just a standard Symfony build, apart from that. I mean, obviously it takes the console. We've also got the Maker bundle in here too. So if I go to the dev, we should have the... where's the Maker? The Maker bundle. Yeah, that's an important one. And then the rest is all just standard stuff, right? It's just all standard bits and pieces. And I'm running this against, if I went to the Docker file, PHP 7.4. So this is just a typically standard Docker file for PHP 7.4. Really, it's not a website. It's a command. So there's no need to build Apache or anything like that. So there we go, and we just add Composer to it. I'm going to just knock the sound down a wee bit. That's better. Just booming in my earphone, in my headphones, in my earphones. Yeah, so how are we getting on with this? Still building. Yeah, I guess what I'm going to need to do today is create two commands. One is actually going to create the CSV, and the other one is going to read the CSV, and then import that into the entities. So we need to create those entities as well. It's interesting, right? I mean, how is a fresh project? So where do I start? There's not going to be any controllers, no controllers at all. It's just going to be commands and entities and repositories. That's essentially what we're going to have here. I'll talk about the data because I have some ideas on this. I'm going to create this, and you may have scoped out if I went to the here. You may have scoped out. It's a shop, right? It's going to be a shop, and the idea is that this shop will have a product table, and in that product table we'll have a set of products. Some identified by, well, they'll all be identified, by SKU. So product SKU, they'll have an ID, of course, but a SKU. And a name. They may have a description, I don't know, I haven't decided. But there'll be loads of them, like thousands of them. Because in this course I want to demonstrate how to do things in a very sort of efficient way in terms of writing scripts, because I'm going to have to loop over the CSV. I'm going to have to find all the products, and then if a product exists, I need to update it, and if a product doesn't exist, I need to create it. That's the plan here. So you can see that there's going to be some efficiency bottlenecks. So this is the CSV data manipulation made easy in PHP. put this in the chat because this is really good stuff. This is the package that I'm using here. Let me just quickly go back to here and just see what we're doing. We're still downloading that. Come on. So yeah, this is fantastic little package. This is an example of how to read the CSV. And obviously you have the headers that you set here, header 0. This is how you get the headers, this is how you get the records, and this is how you get the content, you know. And then this one here is how you create the CSV. So you set a series of headers, then you throw in a bunch of records, and then you do CSV load from a string, add the headers, insert all the records, done. Like, it's so powerful, this. Really, really powerful. And the thing that I've been working with, because I've been doing a lot of this stuff in the freelance space recently, the stuff that I've been playing with a lot is cross-referencing CSVs. So if I demonstrated in the documentation, there's this thing here, which is not exporting. It's columns. I want to find columns. Nope. Where would they be? Is it reader connections? Something to do with the statements. I'll find it. Essentially, it's a way of not only looping through the records line by line, but grabbing a column of data. So if you remember, the CSVs have, like, you know, the header fields. So if you know what the header fields are, you can grab a single column within that, which is super powerful. If I can find it, that would be brilliant. Yes. You can change the delimiter, and also you can change the encoding. So yeah. So it could help. It could run that. Where does this? Where is it? It also It also does encoding really well. Document encoding. So you can change you can convert the streams if you want. So for instance, if you're dealing with someone who sends you a spreadsheet and they've done it in Microsoft Excel, sometimes they are encoded in UTF-16LE, and you need to convert it to UTF-8. So that it can handle those things, and Bob sequences as well. But I want to find I want to find this thing about the columns because it's so cool, and I can't. It's not reader connection. I think I've already been here. It's to do with a statement. It's to do with... Can I just search the documentation here? Column consistent. Selecting a single column. Here we go. Yeah, so you use the reader and also statement. You instantiate a new reader based on the path of the file. So that's putting in R for reading. You then create a statement, and then you process that reader. And then what you do is you can say, okay, I want to get all the records from column 2. So instead of going like horizontally, line by line, you're now saying, I want all of that. And you can do it by the email. So if, for instance, you know what the headers are, you can just say, I just want everything in the email column. It's perfect. Brilliant. It's a brilliant little thing. And then here you can do select key value pairs as well if you wanted to. We don't need to do any of this stuff though today, I don't think. We certainly need to create a CSV and then read from that. How are we getting on with the old thing here? Yeah, that's done. Sweet. So the next thing I need to do now, if we go back to the README, is this thing, this composer install. So we'll run that. There we go. So it's installing all the Symfony bits and pieces. My tea drinkable yet? I don't know. we took Murphy to the forest again today. He loves it, absolutely loves it. We went into a different direction, and we went up different paths and stuff. Yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We came across some like houses that were in the forest, and they're like really big houses, but when it's like dark and wintry, I would imagine it would be proper spooky up there. Not that I intend to go up to the forest when it's dark and dreary and raining, but it's brilliant in the summer. Murphy just loves it. And we've now got it so he is used to like people walking by, runners and cyclists, which is great. So as long as we've got the ball in the ball catcher, if we hold the ball catcher above him, he'll just keep looking at it and looking up, and he'll be sat so whilst everyone goes by. It's brilliant. Murphy is knackered. He is absolutely shattered. He slept all the way home in the car, and now he's downstairs with my wife and just sleeping off the run, because yesterday we took him up a massive hill and also the day before, so he is absolutely spent. Yeah, cute little boy, cute little puppy. He's not that little now. It's on Thursday, by the way. It's his birthday on Thursday. Like 1 year old. We've kept him alive for a year. That's crazy. Can I just show you Murphy just quickly? I've spoken about him, so I want to see if the new stuff has gone up onto Insta yet. Let me just quickly show you Murph. There we go, in the forest. Check that out. Oh, I have to sign in. Look at that. And then that was yesterday up on the hill, big hill that we walked up, and Murphy in the long grass, Flicky. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so he's absolutely knackered now. He probably needs a bath as well. Anyway, let's move on to here. I've just done a composer install. Everything seems to be okay. I've just passed that all through. And now, I mean, this one, we don't have anything to migrate. We don't have any database stuff, but this will throw an error if the database isn't connected. This was the problems that I was having with before the stream when I was doing this in a very rushed manner. I totally forgot to create a Docker network between the two things. So let's press run this. This should give me an error, but it shouldn't tell me that there's no database or anything. It should just give me this message, and then I would press yes, and then it would go, can't find registered migrations, which is fine because we don't have any yet, but it's not giving me any database errors. That was the issue I was facing before. Okay, so it's all set up, really. It's all set up. We now have our vendor directory in here. That was just created. We have our var directory just there. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So, what do we do first? I suppose it would be a good idea to build the entities first, the actual database stuff first, and then we'll get onto the CSV if that's okay with everybody. So because then you see I'm going to plan out how the structure and everything works. So I'll just quickly smash through that. Yeah. So if we do, let's make sure that's still showing on stream. It is. So if we did something like, well, let's get into the container first. So let's run all this. I'm probably going to change the service, the Docker service from console, change the name of that at some point to be app or something, because it doesn't really make sense, does it? Docker compose exe console and then and then bash. Yeah, meh. Anyway, we're in the container now, and what I want to do is type bin console and use the maker stuff. So it is maker, or is it make? Is it make entity? Can't remember. Let's try it. Make entity. Yes, it is. So I want to create an entity called product, and this product is going to have the property of name, product name, I guess. It could be product title. Just leave it as name. Yes, the string's great. 255 is fine. Can this be nullable in the database? Of course not. No. That's been done. Do I want anything else? I guess I should have... Well, we need a SKU. I should have done a SKU first, to be honest. It is a string, and it is 255. That's fine. It's not null. And we'll be adding a unique constraint to that at some point. Do I need anything else? I suppose I could add a description, but nah. It's just a case of changing the names, right? Yeah, that's what that'll do. Okay, so now we can run the migrations, but I just want to tinker with something a minute. If we go to... we should have our product repository in there. We should have our product entity in there. That's all good, but I want to play with the migrations, Mo. Oh, huh. No, of course it didn't get made. Hang on, bear with me a sec. I want to put the SKU above here. That's what I want to play with. So it's like that. And also I want to create a unique constraint, on the SKU. So how do I do that? Because I want to be finding the products by the SKU. That's what I want to be doing. And then altering the names. Oh, actually, we can have another one, can't we? Cost. We can do that. Okay. I'm going a mile a minute here. Bear with me a second. I need to go to Doctrine. And I need to look at unique constraints. It's an annotation. I can never remember what it is. Look for unique. The unique constraint. Unique constraints are... No, that's not what I need. Annotation is used on the table annotation, name of index, columns. Didn't think it was that. Here we go, it's just unique equals true. That's what I needed. Silly Billy. I should have known that. There we go, unique is true. And we are going to play with the cost, aren't we? Because I want to update the costs as well as the names. And the costing, I guess we could do... I guess we could pass in a float, maybe? Because it's not... Costs aren't really integers. Can we do floats? Of course we can do floats, but how? I might use the maker bundle for that, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So make entity again. We'll type in product once more. Come on. Oh, cannot redeclare the name. What have I done? Oh, I've done that. Silly. Sorry. Run it again. On product. And it'll go, oh, you've already created this. Right, I want cost. Do I want cost or do I want price? Price, that's good. It's not a string. I want to see if I can do a float. Yes, I can. I thought I could. Can this be nullable in the database? No. Yep, that's fine. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Price. Good. So I think that pretty much covers this. So we have a SKU, we have a name, and we have a price. So for every... When we have the CSVs, excuse me, they'll have these three columns, SKU, name, and price. And we'll be looking for the products by the SKU. And if the product does exist, then we'll be updating the name and the price. If the product doesn't exist, then we'll add the... if the product doesn't exist, then we'll just add the product. That means that if I run it again, then it'll just update everything. That's the idea. Sort of like a self-healing script. Right. What else do I need to do? Make migration. Thank you. So that should have created our migrations file in here, which it has. Let me just double check that for a minute. So create table product, auto increment on the ID, not null. That's fine. Yet SKU is not null either. The name is not null, and the price is a float, double precision, unique index on the SKU. Perfect. It's a primary key on the ID, and the default char set on the UTF. Fine, that's all good. Excuse me. I'm also going to add a foreign key. Not a foreign key. What am I talking about? Let me think. No, I've already got an index on the SKU. That's fine. That's all right. Okay, good. Right, so let's run those migrations. So let's go bin console, and I can't remember what it's, the doctrine migration diff or something like that. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Yeah, doctrine migrations diff. Although my spelling is terrible, so I just rely on this. So, are you sure you wish to continue? Of course I do. Thank you. And it's done. Oh, wait. No. Stupid. They're the same. Let me remove that one. They are exactly the same. I should do migrate. Silly me. Oh, dear. It's migrations migrate. And hang on a minute. Are we going too far away from the README file? It's what's the next thing? That is the thing. I've actually written it down. Look at that. Right, let's come out of the container. We'll see if we can keep to the README as much as we can. This should now migrate that. Yes. And it's done. Excellent. Woo! So we should have a database with that in there now. So let's have a look at that. So I'm just gonna, bring that over there. We will evaluate the CSV importer course. So docker ps-a, we should have the database, and if we did docker compose, let's get to the courses PHP CSV importer course, and then from here, if we did docker compose exec TP MySQL, what's the username? Is it DB user? I forget. I just want to make sure that we've got stuff in there, and obviously I'm going to be using that the database connection as a test. So let me go back to here. It's DB user. I thought it was, and the password is test. I don't need to copy that. I can type that out. All right. Use, and the database name is shop. Thank you. And then if I did show tables, we should have, there we go. Woohoo! Obviously, this will be completely and utterly blank. So if I did select all from product, it's empty. But if we did describe, or if we did show create, actually that's probably best. Show create of product. Show create table. There we go. Okay, so that's basically what we have thrown in. Excellent. Right, next thing on my list to do is the doctrine fixtures. So we've got to create a series of fixtures. We're going to create thousands of them, and we're going to throw them into the database. So, did I create the doctrine? No, I don't think I have I? I'm looking for the fixtures bundle. I don't think I've got that. Nope. All right. In this tab here, let's do looking for the composer install. Here we are. Composer require. And I can't remember what it's called. Let me go back to Chrome. It's packagist. Fixtures. There we go. fixtures bundle. Nope. Is that right? ORM fixtures. Is that the thing? No, that doesn't look right. Well, maybe it is. Is that it? Alright, let's run that. Let's just run it. Yeah, okay. So I get rid of this stuff. Doctrine. I thought that was... No, that can't be right. Surely not. That's not right. I could of course just look on another project. Let's do that. Let's look on the API because I know that I've got fixtures on there. So this is the How to Code Well main site. I know that I've got fixtures on here. So what is that? What is it in Composer? I'm sure it's in Dev. Yes, it is a fixtures bundle, and it's the migrations bundle. Okay. All right, fine. Oh! I've just seen that one. We do need Faker too. Yeah. Okay. I will. Let me throw this in. So it's Composer require Doctrine fixtures bundle, and I think we need to do Dev. Move this to one side for now. I will be getting back into the database soon. Whilst it thinks about that, is there anything else we need? I suppose I could use Stan. The thing is, I don't want to digress too far away from the actual concepts of the course, so I suppose I should use that. Anyway. So that's been added. We're going to add the Faker too. Come on. I could have all done this in one command, couldn't I? Oh well. Such is life. Groovy. Come on. I should have done this in the single script. Come on. All right, thank you. Right, so fixtures, and we're going to install Faker, and you know what? I am going to install PHP Stan Faker. I am going to install PHP Stan in Dev, and I'm going to install yeah, that's good. I'm going to leave it like that for now. All right. So these should be going into not in that project, into this project. So in composer.json in here, right? So we've got the Faker, we've got PHP Stan, we've got the fixtures. So once that loads, the Faker, by the way, is brilliant. It's another brilliant package that I've used a load of times in the freelance space. It allows you to create fake data, if you will. So when you're creating fixtures, you can create, fake emails, fake users, fake products, that kind of stuff. And that's what we'll be using in our fixtures scripts. Come on. Why is this taking so long? I'm so impatient. I just want to get to the CSV stuff. That's what I want to do. Okay, cool. Let's go and create some data fixtures now. So we have an app fixture here. and we've got the fact that you know, that product, new product, and then persisting. So what we want to do is create a bunch of them. In fact, what I'll do first up is I'll create one of them. So we'll do product equals, we'll instantiate a new product, which should come from, why is this not, should come from the entities. Where's that? So app entity, yeah. Why aren't you finding that in? There we go. Just my IDE needed to speed up. It's too slow. Right. And we'll do product, and then we'll set the name to, I don't know, test product. And we'll set the, whoops, we'll set the products SKU, excuse me, to ABC, uppercase, and the product's price to £25.50. And then we persist that in, right? Excuse me. So if we now ran the script, I'm gonna have to get into that container again, aren't I? There we go. I can't remember what it is. Bin. It's the script to run the Doctrine Fixtures console. Doctrine. Fixtures load. There we go. I need to put this into the documentation as well. So if we ran that, yes. Okay, so that should have ran those fixtures. And now if we go over to here, into the database, and we ran select all from table product, we have the product. Woo! Simple as that. Okay. I should never say those words. It's never simple. Web development is never simple. Okay, so now we've got the product in. Woo! What we can do is start using the faker. So I'm going to create a new, we'll create a public function construct. Oh, can't wait until the constructor property promotions come. Anyway, what do I want? I want faker. That's what I want. Faker. Faker. Why can I not find it? Are you not able to see what's in the vendor directory? It's there. I can see it. So that's a bit annoying. Faker factory. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Oh, private. And we do this faker is equal to factory A. Maybe they've changed it. Hold on. 2 seconds. Yeah, so these are the things that you can fake. Pretty useful stuff. So faker factory. Oh, right. Sorry. Yes, I need to run create. I thought that was I didn't think it was static. Create. And you pass in the locale. Of course you do. And the locale, that's fine. So this faker equals this, and then now I can do this faker, and I should be able to get the email, well, anything really. So this is a product name. Is there anything in there for products? Phone numbers. times, dates. What's that? Date, times, phone numbers, addresses, persons. Here we go. Some Lorem Ipsum stuff. Random numbers, random digits. Is there a random float? There is. Can we do... random ASCII, HTML key, real text, random letters. That'd be useful for the SKUs, actually. How do you access that? Do I have to do it on a static call? These are formatters, so even if the example blah 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 blah, even if the example property each call faker name yields random get calls. Formatters. Each of the I haven't used these formatters before. Each of the generator properties like name, address, lorem are called formatters. Well, I've used those before, but I haven't used access these. A faker generator has many of them packaged in providers. Here's a list of. Okay, that doesn't help. Faker unique and then random digit. Ooh. Okay, unique. And then what was that? Random digit. Random digit. Random float. Sweet. So that I can do that with the price. And what do you take? You take a maximum number of decimals, which is set to, let's go into that. Set to null. Is there any documentations here? And then an int, a min and a max. Okay, so let's do that. Let's come out of that. Let's do the max number of decimals is 1, and the min is going to be 1, and the max is going to be 100. Okay, fine. So now can we do something else like random numbers, elements, keys, letter, a random letter, random HTML. I kind of want like a name because I kind of want to deal with random digit. I guess what I could do, I mean, it's not going to be brilliant, but I guess what I could do is just do random digit and then concat this, right? So this is product. And we'll also pass in the key. I know what I'm going to do. Dot key. So if we did data is equal to, or if we did, because I want to do a for loop. Do I need to do a for loop or a, yeah, for. And we need to pass in for I Bear with me just a second. Oh, I got a cough today. I don't know why.